very heartwarming to be the guest of honor for this summit. And I commend the Ministry for Gender, Children and Social Protection for conceptualizing this great idea. I'm particularly glad of this summit because of the government's demonstrated commitment towards the Agenda 2030 of the Sustainable Development Goals. This dialogue is very timely due to our resolve as a country towards actively engaging all stakeholders and practitioners in the social development sector in order to ensure sustainable social inclusion. The focus of this gathering is very clear. It's very, dear to the heart of the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, since issues of gender equality, the welfare of children and the vulnerable in society can no longer be overlooked. I am particularly enthused about the theme for this summit. This is promoting social inclusion. Leave no one behind. It's a very catchy theme. In this modern era, enhancing social inclusion in all facets of society remains cardinal in our bid towards ensuring sustainable development. It is therefore very refreshing to see quite a number of representatives from organizations that are very relevant in the social development agenda here today to contribute towards the ongoing discussions. For me, this is a testament to the fact that social development, particularly the drive towards achieving a gender-just society with adequate protection for all vulnerable persons, remains a shared goal and a national priority. Madam Chairperson, promoting social inclusion requires the effort of all and sundry by instituting the requisite institutional and policy framework towards monitoring and tracking progress and deficiencies in order to ensure that no one is left behind. Therefore, it is my firm belief that this summit has been put together to enable stakeholders track and identify policy and implementation gaps that will feed into your plans and programs to make the pursuit of social inclusion very effective. The government, under the leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, understands the importance of social development and has demonstrated its commitment in alleviating the plight of vulnerable by ensuring that they function productively in our communities. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, instead of disjointed approaches towards poverty reduction, the government has adopted a broad and holistic approach through government special initiatives coordinated at the level of the presidency, aimed at ensuring that the households are empowered to stay afloat of any form of vulnerability in the first instance. The formulation of the coordinated program of social and economic development policy for 2017 to 2024, for instance, has integrated the implementation of development programs such as planting for food and jobs. I'm glad I saw their stand at the display area. Also, NAPCO, the free senior high school, one district, one factory, one village, one dam, and many others, all aimed at building both economic and social resilience against vulnerabilities. Let me note here that most of these programs are at various stages of implementation and already rolling back vulnerabilities among households and in many communities across the country. At this stage, I'd like to commend the ministry for starting this direct community engagement. It is where the impact of these programs is felt. It's where the issues can be identified so that it can actually feed into your plans. And then you will know that you are really addressing issues from so-called beneficiaries, rather than us just developing ideas that may not always respond. So I want to commend this direct community engagement, and I would like you to continue in that trend. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Select Committee Chair is here. I will say that government has shown commitment by also increasing its support to the Ministry for Gender, Children and Social Protection to make it effective in identifying and addressing appropriately and adequately the challenges confronting the persons who fall out of the mainstream of our national development process. This, together with the comprehensive economic development process, development programs mentioned above, are to guarantee the safety of all citizens of this country from hunger, exploitation, abuse, as well as ensure access to health care, education, employment, and recreation. Madam Chairperson, let me commend the Honorable Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection and her entire team, whose relentless efforts have seen the ministry chalk remarkable achievements in developing potentials and reducing vulnerabilities. I commend you for your helpline of hope. I'm also commending you for the expansion of the school feeding program. I'm also commending you that through even that expansion, more women have been employed to demonstrate their God-given talents in catering, doing wonderful things with very little. And I want to commend you for the expansion of LEAP, which, as you know, is very dear to my heart. And also to recognize the fact that you are linking strongly the beneficiaries to the National Health Insurance Scheme, such that they benefit from that support. And I will say that it's part of the effort of the development of this single registry database that has helped to screen beneficiaries so that together you can have a more holistic support package for the vulnerable in society. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and our cherished development partners, NGOs, other agencies here present, I want also to commend you for the strategic support that you have provided in order to push government policies and plans to the intended beneficiaries. Today, you have gathered here to strengthen your collective efforts towards making sure that the resource, opportunities, and other challenges that are being faced in trying to push the people out of poverty and out of their vulnerability is done in a more coordinated and supportive manner. In other words, we are pulling all your ideas together so that there will be more synergy and more coordination in this enterprise. I will say also that the social partners, as social partners, we need to build the requisite bridges by deepening community engagements and enhancing neighborliness in order to guarantee the decent life for all. With this, Ghana will be a more harmonious society where the rights of all are protected, individuals and national development interests are served, and it will bring meaning to the theme. It is my hope, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that this summit will rekindle ongoing collaborations between relevant social development partners and encourage the forging of new partnerships and strategic alignments for the betterment of the social development outcomes and goals. I look forward and I encourage you very much to have a very participatory program, and at the end of all, to encourage the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection to institutionalize this summit into an annual one, where you bring all stakeholders to have a voice in the way that you move your ministry's activities. I will want to thank you all for the opportunity of participating in this morning's session, and I wish you a very successful 2019 summit. Thank you, and may God bless you all.